Hey, welcome to a special episode of Escape Pod. Today I have Tonya Gilbert with me,
Hello.
and today we're going to be discussing a cartoon, one of my favorite cartoons, called Star versus the Forces of Evil, a show about a princess from another dimension who kicks monster butt. And the new movie just came out, called Battle for Mewni,
The
and
Battlefield.
it was a pretty good movie.
It was a fantastic movie, I think.
Yeah,
Like, just everything about it, like, from the backstory to, like, being in Mewni, especially. Like, we get to, like, know more about, like, the setting of Mewni, like, how, like, magic, like, works, and, um, just, like, the fight against Toffee and everything. Like, it was just, like, fantastic, I believe.
yeah. How Toffee hasn't always been like this lawyer type of villain. He used to be like this almost like what's it called, Mad Max, sort of warrior who had. I loved how he had his shoulder pads had like the the things written, the painted on their cheeks to like the princesses do. Did you notice that?
No. Oh, when he's in his battle armor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I find it pretty interesting, especially that it's like Moon's cheek marks and Eclipse's cheek marks, and it
yeah.
makes me wonder, like, is there some specific connections
It,
that's going with
it was
this?
implying that he was wearing like they were clubs and diamonds, I believe. He
Yes.
was wearing Eclipse's and Moon's skulls as sh shoulder pads.
And a lot of people wonder, like, they actually are their actual skulls, but I
Well,
wonder what makes them think that. Like, it just like make the show a lot darker. I think there's like has to be some
it
like contract that he's under, maybe,
it,
or like
it couldn't be
couldn't be now.
because they're alive.
Yeah, pretty much.
hmm But I'd like to.
I mean, we didn't know that Clissa was alive until the promo for season 3.
I mean, I guess Toffee doesn't matter more because he's spoiler alert, he's dead. But
Oh yes.
yeah, or as far as we know, he's dead. I mean, we thought he was dead before.
Mm. Well, he was inside the wand. It seems like this whole
Yeah,
time,
he was inside of Ludo's wand, but
right? And his finger was in Star One, so it just seemed like he was like late toward it this whole time.
yeah, yeah. So I mean, I'd like to see the transition. Um,
Like different villains, maybe, or like a
n-
different story that might
no,
happen without
the
talking.
like Toffee's such an interesting character to kill off. It sucks that he's gone. I'd love to see the transition of him going from like this warrior, this Mad Max warrior to this like lawyer business guy, really smooth, like business suit guy.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Maybe he was trying to like maybe lay low or something like that. Wait for like a perfect opportunity to take over Mutiny, probably.
Yeah, maybe he was like an apprentice to someone and he learned it from like another guy who could be the villain of season 3 or something.
Hmm. Possibly.
Yeah. And then um I don't think we ever saw the high counselors, I think they're called, be revived in the movie, did we?
Well, they'll revive in the movie. In the movie, if you can like see like near the end
Yeah, they
when
when
you
Stark
can like see Rumblers has his eye open.
when Stark gets that really cool design, but like
Oh, that was beautiful.
that
The transformation was beautiful. Like it was just all a love letters to Sailor Moon.
oh yeah, that was
Definitely.
amazing. I loved that so much. And it was almost as cool as her Mewni Wings episode.
Oh yeah.
That's still
It was just like more cooler, and I just love her wand design too. It just really represent
oh
who
yeah.
she is.
It just looks
Like
like
her horns, her wings. It was
yeah.
beautiful.
And that yeah, the Mewni episode of season 1 is still one of my favorite episodes, but where was I? Oh yeah, you said Eclipsa could be the villain of season 3, which doesn't make sense to me
I
at all.
potentially believe so. There was a promo after the season 3 movie, the Battle for Muni. The creators did like a live podcast near the end. They show a promo of like possibly Eclipse being the next villain.
That just doesn't okay, that'd be cool and all. Cuz I want to see more of Eclipsa. She's a great character. But I
Oh,
want
she's amazing. Like just her introduction, like I thought she'd be more scary, but she just act like silly and goofy.
yeah,
You kind of see
she's
like
adorable. I
their
love her.
Star. You can kind of see like that character trait from Star, especially because she's very goofy. But
Yeah, she
you kind of see.
She's awesome.
Like,
And
but she had her own character and personality.
maybe
Because when she was like just before, it just makes
oh
me
yeah,
wonder like before what? Before what? What happened?
maybe she'll have.
And it was just actually just a candy bar that she wanted, which is
I
hilarious.
loved the reoccurrence with vending machines randomly in these like really majestic castles, and they just had vending machines in
In
them.
these sacred places in
Yeah,
Mewni. And then just like vending machine right there.
yeah, and
Want some cornflakes? You know,
oh yeah,
as the word
and
and
it's all corn related.
oh yeah. Except for the snooker bar, which I actually really love because a lot of people are now doing like memes of like the sneaker bar, of like if like you're not you when you're hungry,
Yeah.
and then as you eat the candy bar, you like now you yourself again. So
Well,
it just reminds me of that.
I was wondering like if her with chocolate and muffins and stuff will be like a running theme if her always wanting candy.
That'd be funny. That'd be really really funny
I mean,
if they show more of that in season 3.
there's a lot of characters who in other shows that like always want candy and stuff like that's like a big thing with other characters.
It's like me. Like if I was like a cartoon character, I would really wish to be like that. Like especially because I just love chocolate bars. Something that I'll probably do.
Yeah, candy. Lots of cartoon characters love candy, and it'd be fun to see Eclipse be another one of those characters if it's executed well and not like a rip off of someone else. But I don't know. It doesn't make sense for her to be a villain because she is a part of like the butterfly family tree.
But the thing is, a lot of people see her as like the Queen of Darkness, like especially from her tapestry when it was when she said that she was the Queen of Evil.
Well, yeah,
like
she made the forbidden chapter.
because yeah, she made forbidden chapters, but people make her chapter forbidden. So
Yeah.
it seems like it's so evil that you can't even like glimpse through it. And her tapestry statements even said that she flee from a human and she marry a monster instead, which makes her the Queen of Darkness. Because it makes me think that she always has someone that she was supposed to marry, which is a human, but she married a monster instead,
Well,
which makes her like more rebellious.
yeah.
Makes her different.
We still haven't seen much of that, which makes me wonder how she had a daughter.
That also makes me true because like Star and Moon's her descendants. Won't they make them monsters then?
Yeah, wouldn't they be
Or at least part monster of it?
Yeah.
So that makes me think like how they got their magical powers even.
Yeah, and like hypothetically, like if Star were to end up with Tom, like they would have like demon babies.
Demon babies. Oh yeah. I mean, Tom did try to like, make Star his lover and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, they teased like a flashback of him and like when they were dating for season 3.
I was just fangirling over that. The minute I saw the thumbnail, I was like, "What's going on?" And it was just like Star and Tom dancing. I really hope it is a flashback. A lot of people think it's a flashback. Some people don't think it's a flashback, but
Well,
it wouldn't make sense for it to not be a
well,
flashback.
that's the worst.
Starla's a little bit younger. She looks
Yeah,
kind of shorter, like her hairstyle
I mean that.
seems different. Like, it's just something about her that make it seem like she's younger, so it's flashback.
That's like the worst case scenario with the whole romance deal in the show.
A lot of people is like shipping other people, especially with Marco. Marco has so many different ships already with Jackie and Jana, Star, even Hecapoo.
Yeah,
even. Like there's a lot of shit.
I can I
With that.
I can see. I think I think my favorite is Marco and Hecapoo.
Oh yeah, I like my favorite episode from season 2 even was when Marco has to look for the get the scissors back so he could be with Star again.
And it's never
back
meant.
in Earth.
And it's never.
And he was just stuck there for 16 years.
And it's never
It
mentioned
only been
again.
like 8 minutes at Earth. Well, I mean, like little parts. Yeah, I just wish it put that more out there because in the end of that episode, he forgot his password. So it makes me think like
Yeah.
he's 14 years old again. But he has like a 30-something-year-old brain. Like
Yeah.
his mentality is so different.
Yeah. You think?
So it makes me think like when he hang out with his friends, like he just think it's like just kids games stuff like that. Like it doesn't seem mature
Yeah,
after that.
you would think Marco would have the mind of a 30-year-old now.
Oh yeah,
And he doesn't. I guess it's because he's just been on adventures the whole time.
but it makes me think like is Hagapoo just like training him for him to be like more reliable during him and Star's adventures or
Well, it's possible that like the time travel thing like messed with his memories, like he just sort of forgot about the whole 16 years thing.
oh yeah.
Or like it's condensed or whatever.
And also it would be cool if he like comes back too and like he just like have his 30-year-old
Oh
body
yeah,
again.
like he goes back into
That haven't happened yet.
yeah, like that's what I'm saying.
Not
Like in season 3, there'll probably be an episode where he goes back to that dimension and he's 30 years again.
And have his little monster motorcycle again. His
Yeah,
wagon cycle.
Nacho.
Nacho.
Nacho was adorable.
Oh yeah.
It's weird having like
They,
his arms were connected by a wheel though. It's a little. Imagine having that existence where your arms are connected with a wheel.
yeah.
But I mean, so is there anything you didn't like about Battle for Mewni?
I mean, I like it like overall. Like, I'm not much of like critics for like shows, but I seem to like really like it, like how the story goes by. I just wish there was like more flashback to maybe Toffee even.
Well,
Because there was a flashback of Moons and
yeah, I really
like her life after her mom passed away, but I just wish there was like even like flashback to like Toffee of like why he became like the general, like why is he like the lizard and how this whole monster army came into place.
Yeah, I do wish we had some more time on like Toffee's personal life instead of Ludo's. Like Ludo is not as interesting as Toffee, and by any means.
Oh yeah.
You,
Like near the end of the movie, like Ludo even asked like, "Do I have any parts of this?" And he was just like, "No."
yeah,
I just feel bad
that was a
for
very
Ludo, like he was
and that was a very
pretty much being used.
that was a very powerful scene. Because like Ludo, I felt bad for Ludo because Ludo just wanted to be this evil villain who played a part in something, and he ended up being nearly nothing. He was just a taxi for Toffee.
And it was explained through that in the last episode of season 2 even. Like, we met Ludo's family and everything. Like,
And
that part was just a shocker. Like, Ludo has, like, a family. I mean, everybody has a family, but it was just a shocker and
like Ludo
wasn't expected to see Ludo's family so quickly.
like Ludo was even like a disappointment to his family.
I mean, well, to them, since they know he was so soft, they want to toughen him up. But to Ludo, it just seemed like they're just pushing him for his limit and just not care for him.
Yeah, it's like he's trying to take over Mewni just to prove his self-worth.
Even in the episode when Ludo has the book, he even asks Glossaryth, like, is he proud of him?
You know what?
Like, my dad like never says I'm proud of him.
Oh yeah, he wants him to tuck him in and say goodnight, darling, and all that stuff.
That part was hilarious, by the way.
Oh, that was so awkward.
But I just like, I just like find it like really interesting. Like, even, like just the little scenes, they will mean something even bigger later on.
Well, what bothered me was one, and they're probably just going to ignore this from now on. Okay, they're not going to ignore it, but like something that they ignored throughout the whole movie was the fact that the book was just burned.
That I was just in shock when Ludo just do the book, and it just makes me wonder like that's the whole human queen's history right there, the whole spell. Like
that's every spell ever written.
It's talking.
That's every spell ever
That's
written.
every spell.
Yeah.
And it's just burned like that.
And another thing.
And Glossaryth is gone too. It just
yeah.
it just shows that Glossaryth is attached to the book.
So Glossaryth is dead.
So technically, Glossaryth is dead.
Yeah, and like upon rewatching the show, Glossaryth didn't bother me as much as the first time, so I was kind of sad about that. But they'll probably bring him back.
But if like, I mean maybe, but it's just like weird that like Star and Glossaryth was just in a place that no one never goes to.
Oh yeah, they did bring Glossaryth back.
So is Glossaryth like really there, or like what happened, or is Doggo make like her little spell notebook things that she did in season 2?
I don't know. Well, I love how like the finale was so that she had to dip down, which was she had to like literally put her hands in boiling stew.
I'm not a skipper, I'm a dipper. And a lot of people just think it's like a reference to like Gravity Falls, which I like. I think that was really cool.
Yeah, we need to watch Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls looks amazing.
I do.
Yeah, Gravity Falls.
I heard it's pretty cool too, so.
Well, yeah, I like its setting. It's like this yeah, it's really cool. It's like a cabin sort of deal.
It just. Mm. But it just seemed like they were like in the middle of nowhere, like some. Like.
Well, they were in.
Kind of like in the middle of Afterlife thing. I don't know.
It's like they were inside the magic.
Maybe.
And it was withering away.
And then Star just like make like this new baby unicorn. Like
Yeah,
I think that was just amazing.
it was adorable.
Now what interests me is like it was just this tiny brown ball.
Yeah.
Do you really think that maybe that Glossaric made the pudding warm for that? Like do you believe that tiny ball was the pudding that Glossaric was warming up? The fire?
No, well I think that
it would make a lot of sense.
You mean like the pudding that oh like I don't think it was literally pudding because that'd be kind of a weird symbolism thing. Like oh pudding saved the
I mean
day.
maybe. I mean why else would
Can I just say that thing with
pudding?
the thing with Glostric warming up the pudding really bothered me.
And why is that?
Because it was dumb. He was trying to warm up pudding on a stick and it was not going to work. You know, he was trying the same thing over and over again, which is the definition of insanity. And if he wanted to heat up, if he wanted to roast pudding, what he needed was a spoon.
I mean, it's magic, so, and it's Glossaric, so you never really know his purpose of why he does stuff the way he does.
I guess so. I mean, if we were trying to say if like the ball was like the pudding that Glostric roasted, if that was like foreshadowing for like the ball that was inside of the stew.
I felt like it was foreshadowing.
Maybe if the
because remember the first, I think it was the first or second episode of season 2 when he tells Train start to deep down.
Yeah.
Remember the episode when he said it's just a bowl of soup. It's a bowl of soup that you had to dig in.
Yeah.
And that's a huge foreshadowing there.
Yeah, of course. Like yeah, he said like the top is all stew, and if you want to get to the meat, you have to dip down.
Right.
I just find it hilarious
and that's exactly what she did.
How Star was just burning her arms to reach down to that stuff. It was oh, such determination.
Now a lot of kids are gonna go down to the soup and just deep down.
Yeah, she has such determination.
That'd be really bad.
Such determination when it comes to saving the day. Now, did you get emotional when she figured out that like everyone thought she was dead?
I got really emotional, especially the part when Toffee just crushed the other half of the lawn. He was just like, she's gone.
She had no way of getting back in it.
Like, the minute Moon cried, I cry.
Oh yeah.
And like all her purple veins just started coming out. Now, speaking of the purple veins, when they introduced Eclipsa, it makes me wonder like, what did she do? Like, why was her whole hand all dark? Like, did she cast some really dark spell that was
Of course she did. I mean, like
that cursed her.
I mean,
so now it makes it seem like that is Moon purposely trying to like curse her now.
Well,
what's going on?
There's an episode where Star discovers the dark chapter and she reads it and she says it's all about like the power of darkness and everything. Granted, I mean, I think that's pretty interesting too because Star doesn't seem to like dark, magic and stuff like that, but to Marco. Now, he got affected to the spell, just like Lulu. Yeah, Marco loved the dark part of the book, which I guess means Marco can cast spells.
But
another thing about the movie that I didn't like was like the episode dedicated to the king.
Do you feel like it was like a filler or like it kind of seems like out of place?
Yeah, it was like a weird partying episode. It just felt like it could have done more at that time. It didn't feel
like how Kim River wonder where Moon and Star is at, or like
I just felt like they could have done something else, like concentrate on Toffee, concentrate on Ludo, concentrate on Star more. Like Star didn't get much screen time. she got a lot, but not as much as she.
Marco didn't get much screen time at all.
Yeah, Marco was.
Even at the start, even at the start, confessing to Marco, I thought the movie was gonna have more Star and Marco
Yeah.
screen time.
Well,
Like
it had that one Starco moment where she wanted.
I love that scene so much.
She,
I was just crying.
she
She
wanted.
would just like literally just hug Marco, and I was like, oh my god,
She wanted
oh my
him.
god.
She would like to remove her
She just hugged him like
her headband.
yeah, like when she just like take it off. I was like, oh my god, no.
Yeah, that was really cute.
I was just thought it was the cutest scene ever.
And at the beginning, she says she's like spying on Marco with the all-seeing eye, and she says, "Oh, Marco, stop being so confused and cute," or whatever.
She said like why you have to be like such a cute idiot.
Yeah. Oh,
And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh my god.
So there's still hints at it, but they're going to concentrate more on it in season 3, perhaps. I mean, it's not the biggest deal.
Oh, they definitely will. They need. I need answers.
Is
Like Marco didn't seem like the slightest bit
if they just pretend?
bugged by the thought, annoyed by the thought that like she had a crush on.
Well,
She has a crush on him.
like I said, like a lot of shows before, like regular shows, a good show where the main characters are two best friends that are both two guys, and then you have like Powerpuff Girls, where like the main shows are best friends or sisters that are all girls, and like Star vs. the Forces of Evil. What kind of makes it unique, in my opinion, is where the main characters are best friends that are both a guy and a girl.
Mm.
And if in the show, and that's why I'm kind of iffy on the whole Starco thing, because I don't want the show to ruin that whole nice balance of there being a good male protagonist and a good
Of it being
female
like
friend.
so.
I meant
Yeah.
female protagonist and a male friend. Like, I meant the other way around.
For it to be too cliche, like oh they're best friends but they're gonna get together.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is like we saw the whole the male and female romance happen in Cardcaptor Sakura. It was obvious and it was built up for a long time, and
That's something for the artists to get used to. And I think that's what you're trying to get to. At like you like how it just grow gradually, but
like
in Star Wars it felt more forced. Is that what you're trying to
I'm
say?
not saying it feels forced at all. It's actually very foreshadowed ever since the first season. But what makes it, but why I don't like it is because like we've already seen it in Cardcaptor Sakura, and like the point of Star versus the Forces of Evil is that it's supposed to be a different type of magical girl show. And
Yeah.
and if it does the same thing Cardcaptor Sakura and Sailor Moon and everything else is already done, then it's not that different.
I mean, romantic wise, yeah, I would agree to it. But like story wise, like
Oh, story wise,
rather showing your true, like showing your true magical identity to people and such.
oh yeah, like story.
Like that's different. I like the little differences. You know.
Character wise, like Star is a very unique character in terms of magical girls. Like she's
She reminds me a lot of Usagi, Sailor Moon.
yeah, she's
Instead of, like,
she's very based on it.
I mean, they're both the same age. They're both 14.
Yeah.
They're both in like middle school.
Well, that's where the inspiration comes from for sure. Even though Star was originally like meant to be a lot younger, she was meant to be like 3rd grade originally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you watch the 107 Facts video, I think it is.
I think that'd be really interesting. Like her starting off younger.
Yeah.
That remind me a lot of this one other magical girl show. Do-Re-Mi, Magical Do-Re-Mi. They started off in the 3rd grade. The main characters were 3rd graders up until 5th, 6th grade, I believe.
Wasn't Cardcaptor Sakura 4th grade?
2nd grade. 3rd
2nd grade. Yeah, and that worked well.
Yeah, just like the tone was like different. Like I think Cardcaptor Sakura was a lot more mature-wise,
Yeah.
even though she's in the 2nd
Well,
grade.
again with Cardcaptor Sakura, like
Like the style was different.
it didn't feel like that much of a little kids show, although it technically
It
is.
didn't at all. It felt. I mean, it felt like she was more in like the 7th, 8th grade.
Yeah, it did feel like a middle school
But the
show.
new show is gonna be placed around middle school anyway.
Yeah, and but if you look at the drawings, like the concept art of Starverse is as like a 3rd grader, she looks like it looks really young, like a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm really glad they went with the teen.
It just like based on like appearance wise, because that's actually kind of interesting that like thinking that like that Usagi and Salem and that Usagi and Star is both the same age, but just drastically different based on the
Well,
style. It doesn't make you think that
I'm
they're
just
not really the same age. Like, oh, they're the same age. They're going through similar stuff.
I'm just really glad they gave her the appearance that they did
For which show?
for Star Versus instead of giving her that
Oh.
that baby look.
Mm.
Um, Another thing is like,
Do you
hmm?
I said, do you think it was supposed to like appeal more to like the audience?
Yeah,
Or,
yeah. I think because people
like,
wouldn't think of it as like a little kids show, and I'm sure if they went with that design, it would
I
have
mean,
been.
it's still like that. I really like that the show itself is like a kids show, but it has a lot of mature
Well, some
scenes, especially in the movie. Like near the end of the movie, like when Toffee was just blasted to death,
some
and like you just see
some
some of his bones,
yeah.
some of his like goo, like all over the place, like his eyes droopy,
That's
and
I was about to mention
it's just
that.
like, hey, this is a kids show right there.
Yeah,
that scene is a kids show,
that's the thing. Like
and it's just dark.
I was about to mention, like this is technically geared towards kids. Although I don't like saying like if you look at like the audience for Star versus Force of Evil, it's mostly adults.
It's mostly people our age, yeah.
Yeah. And I can't help but think like with that scene with Toffee crawling forward and his voice is warped and everything.
Like, I know what this all turns out.
Yeah.
Is it the end?
Yeah. Do you think that scene would have scared kids? Like, would that have scared you as a kid?
I don't think it would scare me. I think it would like interesting me more. Like, oh, he probably might come back. Like, I'm thinking like, oh, he might come back, or it would seem kind of scary to me. But I just think it would be like a very awesome, but yet interesting.
Yeah, what really made what really made the whole movie for me was the part where she was inside of like Toffee's one, and Toffee became like the goop, like his eyes came out of it and everything, like it took his shape.
I was like, what's going on?
That was amazing. That was really creative and interesting.
The scene itself was really cool, like especially with some of like Star's magic all over the place, like in the representation of it.
Well, yeah, like and like yeah, the visual representation of like her magic, the amount that's left, and like she had to swim down and get the last gem that's left, and it disappeared, and she ended up being next to that pot with Glosser. It was really interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so do you think we'll see the return of Ludo?
I think in Luda in this case, I like how he actually said to himself like right after that he said he wants to go try to find himself. Like I felt like sorry for him because I think he was just traumatized by what happened. Like I've been used and everything, so I want to try to find myself again. So you know how in season 2, it was like this whole episode of like Luda in the wild.
Yeah.
I would find it really cool to do like a part 2 for that.
Well, yeah, I think Ludo, if he returns, he's not going to be very evil.
Yeah, I think he might actually like help stop us, like if it comes to that.
I don't think they're going to help each other. I think he's just going to be a neutral character, or maybe we'll see him in the background. He's like, hey,
You sure?
yeah, maybe we'll see an episode where like he starts a family or whatever. I don't know. I just don't think he's going to be the villain again. Yeah.
Well, maybe not family, but like try to go back to his own family. Maybe to his brother Dennis, because it seems like he have a soft side to his younger brother Dennis.
And I kind of missed the way it was in season 1, where he would be this reoccurring villain. If you remember in season 1, he'd just be like, he was kind of like Plankton, where he would just come up every episode and they'd try to fight Star in their backyard. And
Yeah.
I liked that a lot, but once it started to get old, they started developing the plot, and that's where the show started to get like really good.
Mm-hmm.
So
especially after Toffee
man,
got hired by Ludo.
yeah, Toffee's such an amazing villain. I love him.
He's very different. Like it's just like his whole plan. Like he knows so much, but yet we know so little of him, and that's what make him so interesting and scary
Yeah,
even.
I'm very excited for season 3. But do you think they'll be able to live up to the? Of course, they'll be able to live up to the first 2 seasons. But in terms of a villain, do you think they'll be able to come up with something just as
More,
threatening as
hmm,
Toffee that could take over Mewni and stuff?
that's why I'm not sure of like the whole villain, like who's gonna be the main villain next.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, matter is like, is Toffee gonna come back, or is it gonna be like Eclipse, or even somebody else even? Like, actually, is kind of interesting to think like how season 3 is gonna stand up, to having like a more uh darker plot to it.
yeah. There's a lot of things left to be answered, but at the same time, that movie did feel very series finale-ish.
It does,
So like I'm saying, like they could have we still got to find out what happens to Glossaric,
right?
and then we got to find
And we gotta find out about
the book.
what happens to the book as well, but also like Callista's crack. It does mean she get free because when Young Moon and Callista made a contract, the contract was if Toppy is defeated, and what makes it interesting, she didn't say by who.
Yeah,
She said, if once Toppy is defeated, she'd be set free. So it make it foreshadowing to see that it's gonna seem like a bad thing, but
mhm,
who knows? Because she did say like she wants to just be free, just to get chocolate and stuff like that.
yeah,
But would it actually be that way? Would it actually be a good thing for Minnie because she just seen as the queen of darkness
yeah.
even?
Now that I think
She's
about
been
it,
stuck for 300
it
years.
was foreshadowed to feel like ominous almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, like oh, you can't do that. It's a bad idea. But another thing about the movie that I really loved was how it showed how Moon met the what's his name, Rivet, oh God, the queen, the king's name.
I don't think he's the king. I think it's just like this one dude
What?
named
Yeah, that was clearly
Count
the king.
Count Mildred.
No,
Count
the
Mildred.
guy who gave her the apology meet.
Oh, oh, that's younger. Yeah, that's a younger river.
Yeah,
I was confused.
yeah, that was a
I was confused with the other dude, Count Mildred.
yeah, no, that was a really cute origin story of how they met.
Yeah, I thought it was really cute. Like, oh my god, that's young river. Oh my god.
He was this.
He even has a crown already and stuff
Well,
like
he
that.
was
And
he
like
was like
he actually shows his
he was this.
little heritage of like him being a Joe Heston.
I mean,
Like an apology.
she had like this handsome like Favia looking guy interested in her, and but she like didn't respect her very much. Like she would like hold the chair out for her and everything, and she just wanted her to like he expected too much from
Zero
her.
herself.
Yeah.
Like be
But like the reason
independent.
like she ended up marrying him was because like although he's not the mightiest man in the world, um, he was the only person who like respected her.
He actually thinks of her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was like he respected her the way she wanted to be respected. So I
Right.
thought,
Because when Moon was about to go to the monster camp, Count Mildred was like, "Oh my god, she's gonna be dead. We're all doomed." But River actually defended her, saying like she's not dead yet. She's doing what she has to do.
yeah,
She's doing what she.
yeah. So I thought that was a really good origin story, and it was weird to see like how Hekapu and the High Counselors were all like still the same age.
Yeah, it makes me like think like how old they really are. Like were they there since the very beginning of
Yeah,
Mewni?
like Hek
Or like
Hekapu. I mean, we saw Hekapu doesn't age in that no matter what dimension she's in.
I mean it would make sense because Wombliss seemed like he's the one that crystallized Eclipse.
Yeah.
So it would make sense for them to be there that long even.
So like no matter which dimension, yeah. So it's almost as if no matter which dimension, like well, I was gonna say Hakabu's aging. Like she never ages, no matter which dimension she's in.
No.
So which is really odd to me. So it makes me wonder like what kind of like they should expand on like her species. Like, are there any other people that are any other like Hekapu like species, or is she the only one?
It also made me think too, like, you know how like people in Munis like still fear monsters, but yet the High Commissioners are all monsters.
Yeah, in a way.
Baby was a monster herself, and River was against like having baby use do the evaluation with Star when he was like, no, like she's a monster. Get away, you fee, something like that. When she took all his food.
Yeah, I think Baby's a character that we're going to be seeing more of again because she was pretty important.
Mm.
But another thing I was very happy about with the movie was the fact that there was no Ponyhead. None.
Oh my god.
Well, you gotta appreciate.
Oh, that's awesome.
No, she's not.
She's actually awesome.
She holds the show back a lot.
She does not, and I can't wait to see more of her in season 3 because there's actually a whole lot more Ponyheads with her. Yes, so I believe they're going to another dimension with lots of Ponyheads.
Her voice is annoying. Her personality is annoying. She has like 2 funny jokes.
And from what I heard, Ponyhead has not 1, not 2, but 16 sisters.
Right.
Yes.
her
That's gonna be the most amazing thing. I just can't wait for that episode when Marco and Star goes to Ponyhead's dimension and we can see all the sisters.
It's gonna be like every episode with Ponyhead. It's gonna be a crappy filler episode.
And it's not gonna be a crappy filler episode. It's just gonna be like a very on the top show with Ponyhead. I mean, we might get some backstory with her even, like how did friendship begin even, like. Maybe with that promo with Star and Tom dancing, we might get some backstory with Tom even.
The only episodes where Ponyhead become a part of the plot is the one where she's the Saint Olga's school for wayward princesses.
Wayward princesses.
That part was part of the plot, and she was in it, and she was good in it. And then what was that one where she had like the FaceTime call with Star, and she was on the she's doing her cardio.
With the girl talk.
Yeah, she was like, that was actually pretty funny when she was on the treadmill. She's like, oh, hang on, girl, I gotta go in the incline. And it's funny because she's just a floating head. What was that episode about?
Yes.
I forget. Wasn't that when that was when that lady returned, Olga returned to Marco's house, wasn't it?
Probably. But speaking of Saint Olga's school, that teacher, is she part of the Butterfly family even, because she has clubs, I believe, or spears? Clubs on her cheeks. So she's part of the Butterfly family. And with that, remember the grandma room? There's a door that actually has the hearts, diamonds, spears, and clubs.
Well, that hasn't been expanded upon yet.
But there might be in season 3, which I'm actually looking forward to. That's what I'm looking forward to the most in season 3. Like, all that is not gonna be super important.
Yeah, of course.
But all 4 of them maybe even be in the same room.
Yeah, of course. It needs to be expanded upon because, like, is that like is Saint Olga just like Moon's rejected sister that didn't get to be the queen?
Well, I want to say sister. Well, I mean Moon's sister maybe.
Maybe she's just like upset and like.
Oh,
maybe she just becomes this evil woman because she was Moon's sister, but like Moon was the one chosen to be the princess and the queen, and everyone ignored Olga.
Yeah.
Or it's possible that she's like her cousin or something. I don't know. It's unexplained.
And the fact that she doesn't really express her individuality, so her space disappear. But it's like when she when she when like a bug comes towards her or something like that.
Well, no, it's covered in makeup.
Yeah.
I don't know. Pretty interesting stuff. So.
It does.
So what else do you think will happen in season 3? What other things do you foresee?
It seems like that green monster arm that Olga has.
Yeah.
I think that monster might return. What's interesting is that he was part of the flashback episode too. He was nearby Toffee.
Yeah.
He just didn't have the gem in his eye.
Yeah. I noticed that.
So I think he'll make. So it's obviously that he's gonna make a return.
Yeah. So he was friends with Toffee.
What's also interesting is that. What's also like pretty interesting is that Jackie wasn't in the movie at all.
Yeah, Jackie wasn't in the movie, nor Janet. Well, if you don't include the opening.
I mean, Jackie was not there like at all.
No.
Like after, I mean, like, and that's what like made me kind of iffy about it too is that during the beginning of the movie, did it start straight away after the movie? It was like a few hours after that. Like,
Yeah, well,
did Marco talk to Jackie afterwards, or what
it started. I
happened?
think everyone just sort of.
Is she gonna be?
I think.
Is that gonna be in some sort of play?
Well,
Is Jackie gonna be in some part in the season 3
yeah,
or?
Jackie's definitely going to be back because that's too important to ignore. But like, Marco was alone in the kitchen at like 2 a.m. At the beginning of the movie.
3 a.m.
Yeah, like his parents came
But
down
he's
and
not worried about Star and everything.
yeah, he was really worried about his best friend. It was gone.
Mm.
So I mean,
But I'm surprised he didn't like worry at the fact that Star confessed her feelings towards him. He's just worried that his best friend.
but yeah, I mean, like he's willing to look past that because he does care about Star as his friend, and he just wanted to see her again. Come time to and he has those dimensional scissors to visit her with to bring her.
Yeah, he actually came back and
Yeah,
visited,
he has those dimensional
but that was
scissors.
during the river and that was the Keen episode.
Well, yeah, that's still an important detail though. He has those scissors to bring Star, like to visit Star and bring her those sugar seeds and everything.
Mm.
And it wasn't.
And also like how in the opening he actually uses this and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So I believe that season 3 setting is gonna be placed more on Mewni
something.
because there's evidence of that, like the
Hmm.
opening and how much the movie was placed at. The actual itself, which I love by the way, it just feels so anime like it really reminds me of
The
Sailor
ending
Moon.
was
Like
very anime-esque.
very anime like, and I love
I
it.
don't want it to take place mostly on Muni though, because like Echo, I really like Echo Creek.
Do you like it because it's like more
Yeah,
relatable, like
yeah,
in real life,
it's
or?
very relatable. Like the characters there are relatable. I mean, like, they have, like I can imagine myself going there because I mean it's just no different than the way life is. It's just I mean there's stores, there's strip malls, there's little restaurants and everything. It's just I can imagine myself being there, and that's kind of what made the show so interesting. Is that it's just these teenagers fighting in locations that I can imagine myself being in. It's kind of it reminded me of what made Noragami so good. Is it had that urban environment to it.
I think I would like the set of media a lot
Yeah,
because
I like Muni too, but
I do like Magical Girl stuff, but it's just the fact that like we get to like know more of like where Star home is like. We get to
yeah, the origins
um
of Star. It'd be cool to see some more of
like
Star's.
how she grew up, how magic works over
Like,
there.
it'd be cool to see some of Star's like childhood.
Yeah.
Like we see a glimpse of it one moment in.
Or even Moon even. Like
Yeah,
Star just find out that her grandmother was murdered, was killed. It's the going to like a grandma
by
farm, which by the way
by Toffee.
still sounds really sad.
Hmm.
Which still sounds really sad when Star said like I thought you sent grandma to a
A
grandma
grandma farm.
farm and have other
That's
grandmas.
really
That's just really sad even.
it's
I think that's still kind of
it's
sadish.
sad, but it's funny.
Like she didn't even know about Moon's past as much.
A,
So I think we're gonna see more
a
of that.
grandma farm to hang out with other grandmas.
Yeah.
Did you like seeing
You just,
Bullfrog's children?
oh my god, the babies have arms. Katrina can talk. Oh my gosh, it was just like the cutest thing ever. Like the minute like they poured their arms to hug Star, I was like, oh my god, that baby arms, just like Star said.
They weren't.
So
They weren't.
yeah, I like also like how Katrina, even though she's like the youngest and um like the like Blossom and everything, she still like has like it seems like she would have like a bigger role to play because she can talk
Oh,
already and stuff like that.
Katrina's gonna be back for sure, and those babies and Bullfrog and
And
everything.
and for the fact that they keep on like saying Katrina, Katrina, Katrina instead like having all the other baby
Well, like yeah,
names except for the babysitting episode.
they
But the
do
fact that they
brief.
pushing Katrina to be the main focus, I feel like she's gonna have a big role to play.
Yeah, I mean, Star
Maybe.
even takes Katrina, says, "Oh, you special little snowflake," which I mean means she's the one that we're going to concentrate on when it comes to those.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you can't have all 12 of them or however many as important characters.
Mm.
It's kind of like two characters in a way. It's just sort of Katrina and the others.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. anything else you got to add to your thoughts towards the Battle for Mewni?
Nothing that I can think of. I just like think that it was just like an amazing movie.
It,
Like the scenes that they put forth, that especially the animation with
the animation was
Star Wars transformation. That was just beautiful.
that was gorgeous. I did love that a lot, and it reminded me a lot of the Muberty episode, except like almost even better with how bright and orange her design is.
It was just like all gold. Like she has like her home was glowing. The one pop out, which I love the design.
Yeah,
for it.
do you think that'll return in certain parts of season 3?
With her transforming.
Well, yeah,
I hope so.
yeah,
Because after she transformed, Marco even says like, "What spell was that?" And she says she doesn't even know what kind of spell that was. So I think
Yeah.
it just will come and goes.
yeah. So I'm curious to see how they'll get the spell
When-
book back, if they even acknowledge it.
I mean, it will come to it once she thinks of Blossom and thinks like, "Oh my gosh, what happened to the book?"
They still have.
I mean, who knows if Blossom might appear 1 minute with the book again.
Yeah, they're not going to
You
get
know.
rid of Glossric though. I mean, I know kids shows never really kill off characters unless they're bad guys.
Except for the goat.
Oh yeah, that goat died.
Moon just confirmed that he's dead,
Oh.
and that's what makes it really dark
Oh yeah,
in a kids
they
show. In a Disney.
they didn't revive him, did they?
No, he's dead.
He's
then.
just cremated.
He's in ashes, even.
Yeah, he's cremated. So why do you think Marco wears a cape?
So I just think it's awesome. The cape thing. I think the cape thing will be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say what they're going to do with that, but
I mean, he probably might have like more adventures and stuff like that.
yeah. So maybe just an episode. Maybe they'll explain it more. But I'm excited to see what they'll do with that. And do you think?
So we had like the whole squad, especially with Marco with the cape. So we have Jana, with her phone. We have
Yeah.
What was the other
And Tom
character?
has that.
Kylie or something.
Well, Tom has that cool suit.
Yeah, Tom has the suit. We have Star. And then we had that one girl with the green hair.
Yeah. Yeah.
I forgot her name.
Yeah. She only appears. She was introduced in that stupid Goblin Dogs episode.
And she was in the season 2 finale.
Yeah.
And she was fighting that one monster. She's like, "Oh, look at me again next Tuesday." Alright.
Yeah. It was Yeah, and and she was in that Bounce Lounge episode.
Yeah.
She was part of the Bounce
She was part of Bounce Lounge.
Yeah, the Bounce Lounge crew. Which the Bounce Lounge crew was probably one of the better filler episodes.
With Ponyhead.
Yeah, it had Ponyhead in it, sure, but it was actually kind of a
With the beginning with her.
but it was
and you were like, "Oh no."
but it was still a cool episode because like that part where the that scarf with headphones was in that like remember that part where they had like that warehouse full of
That little fuzzy with the
yeah,
with
but
the headphones
it
and
was
stuff.
it was
Yeah.
creepy. It was just nothing but white noise, and they were just sitting around listening to headphones, and like you couldn't hear anything coming out of them. It was just creepy. But to keep conversation going, I'm going to go ahead and we're almost at the 1 hour mark. I'm going to go ahead and let you go ahead and say whatever you want to say about romance in the show.
Romance.
Yeah, you
Let's see.
you can go ahead and say anything you want about Starco or Jackie and Star and Oscar.
I didn't think the whole stalker thing began until like after the Blood Moon bar, which I think that's a conversation we need to get to
That
now
was
at some point.
that was
But-
that was one of the first major things of foreshadowing.
I think that's also one of my another favorite episodes in season 1. I think it
Yeah,
was.
that was in
in-
season 1.
But the whole Blood Moon bar thing with having two souls be forever together,
Yeah.
I just thought that was like really cool. Like the whole setting, the color of it, it was just all red. I think that's where she have started her feelings for Marco.
Yeah, and
But just having like their souls together, and that's the plan that Tom wanted for like probably like the last 667 years.
well,
I like how they changed the number there.
oh yeah, that
But
is weird. So Tom is like 600 years old or whatever.
maybe.
Well, I don't know. He'd have to be a teenager. Well, no, he has to be a teenager because like his mom is still around and everything. And like it's weird to think like he'd be 600 years older, however old, because he would be in love with like a 14-year-old.
That is true.
Yeah.
Huh. But who knows, because I don't know if that one dude that River was fighting with in that promo is his dad or not. So it'd be interesting for Tom to be like half human, half demon even.
That's possible because if you saw his mom has a really cool design. She has like this trendy haircut. It's cool. I'm assuming it's his mom. So,
I mean, it is his mom,
yeah,
really.
yeah.
We just don't know who the dad is.
Yeah, well, I mean, it might have been his dad. I don't know what you're talking about with River fighting a demon in the promo.
No, not well. It was this guy. We just don't know if that's his dad.
Was
or
it like
not.
a three-eyed demon looking?
No, it was just like a regular guy.
Oh,
that we found.
then it couldn't have been. It couldn't have been.
Well, I'm just saying, would be interesting for him to be half human.
It would be then like hypothetically, like if Tom and Star had babies, like their babies would be like a third human, like a third demon, third demon. I mean. But I'm pretty sure Tom is full demon.
I mean, who knows? We'll find out once that episode, that promo comes in November.
Yeah, in November. We have to wait all the way until November to figure it out. So
I'm still a little mad over that. That's that long.
Yeah.
I've waited since July.
But
I think everybody that's a fan of the show been waiting since July, and then has to find out that it comes out in November.
in order,
So we have to wait
another reason why like
5 months.
another
I guess.
reason why I'm iffy on like the whole Starco thing is because in order for that to happen, one, there'd have to be an awkward breakup between Jackie and
Jackie
Marco.
and Marco.
which the only reason they're together is Star. Star's the one who got Jackie the tickets to go to Love Sentence with them.
Mm.
If you remember, like Star originally was really supportive of Jackie and Marco.
And then like it was like this whole third wheel thing, like when Marco felt like a third wheel,
Yeah,
and now Star feel like she's a third
yeah,
wheel.
yeah.
And then she actually got so mad to the point that she blew up a billboard of Los Santos.
Yeah, so I mean, like in order for that to happen, like Star would have to Mark would have to lose interest in Jackie. And
I mean, I felt like Jackie was like just there for the plot. So,
yeah, but Mark would have to lose interest in Jackie, and then like Jackie would have to be understanding, of course, because like they're not going to leave on like a bad note. They're not going to make Jackie they're not going to make Jackie a bad character, and they're not going to make her hate Marco or anything.
right.
And then they'd have to make it so Marco would have to be like romantically interested in Star. So I mean, like, I just don't. It just doesn't.
So again,
It is.
because right now he just sees her as a friend.
Yeah,
right
it just
now.
doesn't feel realistic.
No.
But
I mean, we'll have to see in season 2.
yeah, but I mean, like, it's definitely something fans are begging for. So we'll have to see. How things go.
I think it's something that even the creators are begging for because they're just pushing.
Well, didn't you say Darren Nefke didn't want Starco? Like she didn't have it in mind.
I don't remember if that's still true or not, but maybe.
I don't know. Like seeing how foreshadowed it is.
I think it was in. Yeah.
Seeing how foreshadowed it is, it makes sense, but it just has to be done in the right way, everything else makes sense around it.
Mm.
And like wasn't. Oh yeah, I was gonna say doesn't Jana like Marco, but there was also she has a crush on like that old poetry writer.
I don't even think Jenna has a crush on Marco. It'll be interesting now if it comes to that.
I thought she was a bit flirty with him in season in I think it was season 1 or 2, but it was early. It was either
I don't know. I was just over stalker, so I never really see it.
yeah. There was that part in that episode where they went on the field trip to another dimension, and Jana had fangs, and she said, "Don't worry, they're not real fangs unless you want them to be." And I thought that was a bit flirty, but it was revealed that she it was never mentioned that she had a crush on Mark or anything. So like I don't know, but it'd be interesting. It'd be interesting. It'd be a big twist.
It will be a bit.
But as I said, like
because Star and Jenna are really close friends.
Yeah.
Like she even called her Jenna Banana.
yeah, hey Jam Banana, it's really cute. But hey, I mean, romance isn't the main focus of this show. It's mostly the like I said, like
I mean, it's the fans really that make it just seem that
yeah,
way.
but it's yeah, it is, which I don't like.
But there's more to
There's
that.
so much more. There's the monsters. There's the plot. There's everything else. There's the whole like everything with Mewni and Star with her one and everything. And I don't know. I'm curious.
And the monsters.
I'm curious to see where they go with it. If it'll be how they'll clearly they're going to concentrate on eclipses some more because that's the one thing that
That's why I'm looking forward to the most.
'Cause
Like Eclipse was just interesting.
the last shot of Battle for Mewni
Like-
was of the crystal around Eclipse breaking.
Mhm.
And so the promise between two queens is stronger than any crystal or whatever.
It's more stronger than.
Yeah,
yeah.
stronger than any crystal or whatever. So I'm pretty sure that season 3 will be revolving around Eclipse, but I still feel like if that's the case, it's been foreshadowed for a long time.
Ever since Into the Wild even.
Yeah, Into the Wand is such a good episode.
And that was just the beginning of season 2.
That was
and it's just
no, it was halfway.
People just got all crazy for it.
It was
And
it
I
was
love
halfway.
It. But yeah, I just felt like I love how the fandom itself got interested in her ever since Into the Wild.
Yeah, she's such a fascinating. It'll be really great to see more of her, especially if she comes out of the crystal in season 3.
And just gauge a little bit of her character after the movie.
Yeah, like we actually got to hear her talk and what she's like and everything.
Like before.
Yeah.
Before.
Yeah.
Like before what?
That was pretty funny. Oh my god, the part that really made me laugh was when the mime just started eating the rope.
Does he
Remember
know?
that? When they were going into the vent? Oh
Yeah.
god, it just
When
the,
Leo was about to go to
the noise it made cracked me up. It was really crazy.
The part that was really hilarious to me was when Glossaryck told Ludo, "Oh, go talk to the book and ask why
yeah,
you're not
it's
the owner
like, Book?
anymore."
I love you.
That part was just hilarious.
Book?
He was like, "I'm sorry, I just want to write down you,
Book?
Book.
I
I'm
love
gonna
you."
Tell you right now, I love you."
And what made me another thing
After Glossaryck started laughing, I was just laughing out loud. I was like, "Oh
another
my
thing that
God."
raised some questions was how Gloshik was crying. He was really upset when Moon's mother died.
And the part that Moon called Glossaryck Glossy.
That was cute.
That makes it seem like what's wrong with Glossy?
Yeah, that was really cute. But what made me wonder was how Gloshik doesn't really have much of an attachment to the butterfly family. Like he doesn't choose a side, like they said.
Mm.
So
I mean, I felt like that was just just to say it. But I think he really does have a deep feeling for the family because he watched them grow up. Really, he practically raised
but
them.
I mean, it's possible.
He practically raised them.
Is he a neutral character that doesn't pick good or evil, or does he know what he's doing when it comes to helping Ludo? Or
I felt like he know what he's doing because he lived for a pretty long time. So
yeah, but is he?
I think he knows what he's doing.
Will he just help anyone who gives him pudding, or is he actually friends with Star, or is he?
Well, here's the thing, because
Is he?
Glossary said he when the book got burned, he said he knew he said that he knew this was
Well,
coming, but he still surprised
I
by
think it
it.
was in I think it was in Bon Bon the Birthday Clown or whatever. That episode where she reaches through the portal. Glossic Fred Star says, "I thought we were friends," and one of my favorite quotes in the whole show, Glostrick says, "Friends? That's such a simple concept." So I mean,
Right.
like, who knows if he's
And that was just like a heartbreaking moment
yeah,
for
if he's
Star.
actually good or if he's neutral or
I feel like that was just I felt like he was just like training her because he's really trying to push
yeah,
her
like
to
again
see
in
how much
Battle for Mewni,
she's willing to grab her
like it's
because when she reached out toward the all-seeing
yeah,
eye, her hair was popping, and he was like, "Oh, never seen that
yeah. I mean,
before." So I guess that's just part of the
it's
whole
revealed
training
that
thing.
part of his training is like riddles.
Mm.
So
Yeah, because even Moon said like, "Why are the widows? You never trained me that
hmm
way." And Glosser got mad over that. That he said like every queen told me what to do of how to train their daughters. Like you train this way because that's the way that you see fit
yeah,
to be
that's how
trained.
he feels Star would learn best.
Mm.
Yeah.
He even like trained Ludo differently, even like directly from the book, while Star has widows, like you said.
Yeah, and he sort of purposely withheld stuff from Ludo to make things easier for not easier for Ludo, but like to make it so he gained less power.
Yeah.
But I mean, like I don't know, he didn't do anything to prevent Ludo from being. He wasn't exactly not on Ludo's side either.
He just seems to be on all sides.
Yeah, he does.
Well, I mean, I think he was just trying to make him reach his full
Yeah,
potential,
which wasn't
which
much.
I think he did.
Yeah, yeah, that is mentioned. He just wants to help Ludo reach his full potential. Maybe all he has potential for is just Levitato. Which really
Mm.
cracked me up. All of Star's mispronunciations of Levitato.
Levitato,
She was like
tomato.
leva potato, tomato potato, potato. Funny stuff.
Mm.
All right, I think that about covers it.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just. What do you think you look? What are you looking for season 3? As
Um.
to end
Well,
it.
I'm looking for a good villain, a good plot, good action, and funny stuff happening. I don't want it to take itself too serious out.
I think it's always gonna be funny stuff. This is Star
Yeah.
versus, so there's always
Yeah.
gonna be some goofy stuff
I
here
don't
and
want it
there.
to take itself too seriously. I just want it to be a funny show with good action. Kind of how it was in season 1, but don't give up too much on the plot. Just as long as there's some interesting concepts and some. Don't forget the good visuals.
I think what I'm looking forward to season 2 or season 3 actually.
Mm-hmm.
4, 3. Yes, season 3. Excuse me. Um, I'm just hoping that we get more backstory, especially with Eclipsa, Moon, Toffee. Just a whole lot more backstory and a lot more answers to our questions, even, or even lead to more questions, making the show seem more interesting and just having more people to watch the show. I'm hoping to hopefully end the whole chip thing of like
Like
who's Mako Beers and
if
stuff
you go
like
back to the
that.
end of the Wand episode, the Eclipse is not the only queen in the that we're missing. Like there's also like the bald one that had the sword and everything. And there's a ton
Yeah.
of queens. Like I'd love to hear more about all the other.
I would like to learn more of Queen's mother even.
Oh yeah, Moon's mother. Yeah. So that's what I like to hear. I'd like to hear some more about Eclipse and I'd like to see the monster that she ran off with and some more about the other queens that are mentioned in Into the One.
I also like to have more of probably a lot more actions and story, like you said, more in-depth story maybe. Just keeping it you know how they usually keep the show.
Well, maybe
Pretty
if there's like
cool.
a
Lots probably some more Sailor Moon episodes too. I also really love that they have plus of other magical girl
Yeah, yeah, I
references.
would. I'd like to see some like card captor Sakura type of references because I do like that show a lot too. And
Yes.
so I'd like to see some. So I'd like to see it take place in Echo Creek some more.
I mean, I feel like Uni would be like a good start. I mean, they might be
Only
half and half, but I think
well,
it's gonna be more placed on
Muni's
Uni.
destroyed. They have to rebuild the castle.
Yeah, they're gonna have to rebuild it, but I think like when the show comes back, I think it's gonna be all
What
built
if
up
they rebuild
already.
Muni and it's like modern, like they have like a skyscraper and everything? Like they
Maybe. I
they
think that'd
take
be pretty
inspiration
cool.
from Earth's designs.
Maybe.
Who knows? I mean, I guess they can just rebuild it with Star's magic.
Yeah, it seems like her powers would be a lot stronger.
Yeah, she's twice as strong as ever now.
Mm.
So more of the past queens, more, you know, just some nice stuff.
More
Yeah, more
backstory.
backstory.
Yeah, just awesome.
Because I think some of the stuff that happens like before the series is almost just as interesting as what's happening after Battle for Muni. I don't know. I'd like another like a sequel episode to Into the Wand where they go into the wand again and like they like revisit their memories and everything because that was way too interesting of an idea to not do it.
Because Star Tapestry was even being made at the
Yeah, well,
moment, so it seemed like her story is yet to be told.
yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Like her painting was in progress.
Yeah, so I'm I'm just like wondering like what you like see like what her story what's gonna make her be outstand herself.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, by the end of it, I'm pretty sure like by the end of it, we'll see like what her painting for that room is like.
Yeah, she like be part of the
Yeah,
grandmother.
I mean, yeah. It is Moon's mother's room, so she'll have her own painting in in Grandma's room by the end of the series.
Yep.
Yeah. So, and then I think that about covers it.
Yep. I think that covers like for like Battle
Battle of Muni.
Muni,
Then
like what
yeah. So maybe we'll come back and talk about it some more if there's after the end of season 3. We'll come back and talk about it some more. But maybe we'll do
Yes, we
another
can.
episode about Samurai Jack or Attack on Titan or Space Dandy whenever we get done watching those.
Of course.
Sure, yeah. We can always do more. But as for now,
But
that was a
thank you so much for
oh
having
no
me
problem.
here.
Anytime you can come on. You want to come on a regular episode with Christian and I?
We can like always like talk about it and
Sure,
stuff
no
too.
problem.
So
That was a special bonus episode with Tonya Gilbert talking about Star vs. the Forces of Evil. Thanks for listening.
thank you guys so much for coming. Even our discussion about Star versus.
Yeah, hopefully
Talk about that in the comments about why you like the Star versus.
Yeah,
versus
hopefully this
Evil.
episode attracts a lot of other fans and starts some discussion because it's a really good show. So I'd like to have some Oh, God dang it, Windows 10. Hopefully hopefully we can start some discussion and draw some fans in. But for now, thanks for listening.
We'll see you guys in another
Yeah,
dimension.
it's gonna get a little weird. Bye
Bye.
bye.